One of the 8 lawmakers to vote to end Kevin McCarthy's speakership, Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs, tells One American News that several qualified candidates for Speaker are likely to emerge from within the caucus. One America's John Hines has more.
Sir, I know you don't want to endorse anybody, but what names have you heard maybe that people aren't aware of or haven't heard that may be candidates for Speaker, or may be interested in the rumor mill? Of course, Mr. Scalise, he's officially announced. Mr. Jordan is officially announced. Those are about all the names I've heard, other than just sort of the, you know.
I mean, I've heard Elise Stefanik, who's the conference chair, is looking into it.
You heard the name Donald Trump?
Yeah, I've heard former President Trump. But the point that I would make is...
Did they want you to run?
Oh, heavens, no. Well, people around the country have asked me to run, but not internally. And so what was happening was exactly what Gates and myself and the others predicted, is you will have people who are very competent and capable will stand up and say they would like a shot at that.
And that's happening.
And that's happening. And that's exactly the right thing to happen, and that's what we thought would happen.
Were you surprised when it actually happened, when the vote totals actually came up, and you guys, I mean, not happy in any way, but surprised that actually that your motion had won, carried the day?
I wouldn't say I was surprised, because the surprise came earlier in the day when I was told and had seen even in media outlets that the Democrats had resolved that they were not going to bail Mr. McCarthy out. The bigger surprise for me was, once I realized that I was seeing that in the media, that the Democrats were there, is that they didn't continue this. They didn't continue to find a way to postpone or push, because my understanding is a significant number of Democrats were going to be leaving to go to the Feinstein funeral, and that would have actually gave a numerical advantage to Speaker McCarthy, but they didn't do that, and that wasn't a surprise. That was a mildly interesting.
He actually talked about that in his press conference in the Rayburn Room. He talked about, he said that when the rules came down with the motion to vacate back in January, he talked to Nancy Pelosi about it, and she said, "Kevin, don't worry about it. I'll back you up." That's what he said in the press conference. And I suspect perhaps that's why he was confident, or projecting some confidence at one point, that he felt like he had the votes.
I just know that you know, it was a somber day. It was a somber day. It's a serious thing, and you know, him personally, I feel bad for him personally, but I will speak for myself. Mine was not born of animus toward him personally. Mine was, as I've said, I'm concerned about the leadership, or my perceived perception that there was a lack of leadership, and the path we were on was not one that was going to produce meaningful change prior to the next election. And if we're going to rein in the left-wing lurch, we're going to have to do that pretty quickly. We're going to have to get stuff done to convince the American public that Republicans can really govern and get something positive done, even in a very hostile environment that we have here.
Congressman Andy Biggs, one of the 8, talking about the historic vote, motion to vacate the chair, a new speaker. Sir, it's a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks, John.
Thank
you. As always.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'd like to welcome you to our new home for uncensored news and hard-hitting talk shows. If you're tired of cable companies and social media giants chipping away at your most basic and important right, freedom of speech, by shadow banning, demonetizing, censoring, and policing every single one of your posts, then One America News on Locals is just what you've been looking for. Finally, you'll have the freedom to express your point of view and stay connected with like-minded fellow patriots. And the best part is, OAN on Locals is only $5 a month. All of our credible, honest, unbiased reporting, ad-free talk shows, and exclusive content, all at the fraction of the cost of cable. So to watch, just click the join button to get the news you can't get anywhere else.